Hello everyone, Hazucho here. I'm going to review the finals match in Season 6 with the Wikigrisser crew. Would you two
Howdy.
like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Fjarlar. I'm Salra.
I'm Frontier.
Alright, that's very short and quick introductions. So that out of the way, you want to say anything about the boxes here?
Hey, nobody needs to know our anything else about us because
Uh-huh.
if we introduced our Apex records, it's gonna make us less legitimate as commentators.
What Apex record?
So first thing I noticed is that Roy Lee does not have Himiko on his side.
Yep.
Very interesting because like a lot of people going crazy with Himiko. He did bring Illustrial. I guess he was just gambling, hoping for a good map for the first one here, and he got lucky. This is one of Illustrial's best maps.
Yep.
So, second pick Illustrial, so that's dangerous.
Yeah, both boxes are just going single target heavy, so they both brought 3 tanks here. 2 tanks really good against single target and the juggler.
Yeah. So Hilda gets first ban because Hilda good faction buffing tank. You know, picking Albedo is very good at single target tanking, but no faction buff, and she's very, very passive. So
yeah, Albedo is a better single target tank than everyone else as long as her 3C thing activates.
She
Otherwise,
has multiple layers of shields. I mean, she has the Hermes Trismegistus RNG, but she is usually equipped with an Aeolus armor, which gives her an extra layer for ranged attacks. She can also bring block, I believe it was. It was either block or heavy shield for melee. So she has multiple layers of RNG for her all single target attacks.
Yeah. Lexa here does a very good job of, taking banning here. Here taking the old Landis here. It's going to be very good against Illustrial, and then he also bans out more magic damage dealers. And that's what the old Landis is not really good at against. Since all Landis against any sort of melee or like physical attackers can just reflect a whole bunch of damage using those Crystal Warlocks.
Luxed also has faction buffs on his side. I mean, Fresh Prince Roy Lee still doesn't have faction buff other than, he has a mythical faction buff, but that's only for Rosen. Rosen can Empire buff, but that hits nobody.
When I like to pick and ban, I usually go for faction buffs first and then try to pick around the faction buffs.
Yeah.
Make sure I have an attack buff on everyone. Like here we have Landis, faction buffing for Sigma.
Yeah.
Also for Landis, all Landis. Yeah.
Buff. You still got Landis. Like a lot of people booting Landis out, but Landis is still really good. Hitting a lot of good characters there. Sigma and old Landis both getting hit with
and also Himiko if you get, all of these legend units.
Yeah.
Still gonna be good.
Yeah, because
and on Prince side
was Elwyn.
There's like no attack buffs for the Illustrial, no faction buffs for this Albedo.
Yeah, he has basically his only choice here is, well, he can pick Juggler. Wow, okay, Sigma final pick. So he doesn't have a buff for Illustrial. He could have picked Juggler for a faction buff or Deedlit. It looks like Lux had actually missed a ban here. He must have run out of time.
Yeah. Not quite sure about the Sigma here at the end. Like, it's not really going to kill any of these two, so maybe it's going to assassinate the healer. Maybe...
One thing about it, I watched this live, and then there's occasional, like, comeback Nitro things on the screen. It was very sad.
Okay. Yeah, so Sigma here, well, I mean, he can't even bring faction buff on Sigma because there's nobody for him to faction buff. He can hit Florentia, as you said. He can hit the opponent Sigma, maybe. He can actually kill the opponent Elwyn if Luxit misplays enough, because I've done that before. Like, some people forget that Elwyn has no revive if you keep him near your party, so if you are too careless versus a Sigma could just run up and like duel him and just kill him immediately.
Yeah, I think what Prince should do is remove these two units, the Aries and the D-Lit. They're usually not really strong against, whale accounts. Like Aries AoE is not really gonna kill anything. And the D-Lit, I haven't really seen Prince play the D-Lit all that effectively in the past matches.
Deedlit can one-shot a lot of the Lancer tanks now, especially Landius. I mean, Landius isn't like Hilda. He can't change his class. So, although, like, I guess Roy Lee does not know whether or not it's a Lancer Landius, so that's probably why he didn't pick Deedlit. He didn't want to risk running into a horsey Landius.
Yeah, but you can only kill one life off the Lancer tanks, and then D-Lit is going to be quite useless for the next 5 turns.
Well, D-Lit can run down cooldowns very quickly. So, she acts again very often. She has Sea of Miracles, so it's not
These
that
are
bad.
level 5 faceless assassins.
Wow. Yeah, this is... Okay. Any other under-level troops here? Okay, that looks good. That looks fine. That also looks fine.
Yeah, there's nothing for this Illustrial.
So, okay, so Roy Lee brought Molders on Albedo. I don't understand the purpose of that. I mean, you can reflect Old Landius if Old Landius lightning or something, but
It's mostly against the Owen, since, you want to have Lancer tank against the cavalry, since Albedo is infantry here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, but
Luxa here
Luxa
just
brought
goes infantry troops.
Yeah, Luxa brought the good tech for Elwyn, this Elwyn with mass maids, and
It's
that's
not
that one
too
shot.
bad.
Ooh, okay. Noted.
Yeah, I should one-shot, but like on this map, there's all these hard terrain, rough terrain.
Yeah,
Gonna be difficult to traverse through those.
So Roy Lee can zone Lux it out using Illustrial, and of course he also has he's targeting the Elwyn. So okay. So I think Lux is just gonna immediately jump in now, just kill the Rosen. Did Roy Lee guard up? I don't know. Did Albedo already use guard?
I don't see anything.
Okay, but she has the ring guard from her talent, so.
And there is...
where Sigma can't reach yet, okay.
Yeah, can't reach anyone with any of the skills here.
Okay. That's the good move.
Just push, run away, does not clock.
That's okay. You just need... Luxed's team is slower, so he needs to buy time for him to be able to creep up to his opponent here.
That does stop the Illustrial pretty nicely.
Yeah. And of course, always need to keep in mind that Illustrial does not work on path tiles. So if Luxed positions very, very well here, he can actually prevent Illustrial from running in.
Path tiles?
Yeah, like those dirt tiles, like Illustrial.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because they were grass on that. Okay, that makes sense. When you said that, I thought that was the glowy stuff, but not the actual. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
So Roy Lee does not 3C on Rosen, which I think would have been a better play, like if he had 3C'd on Rosen. Ooh, doesn't kill.
Yeah, the assassin troops are only level 5, and there was no attack buffs. Also against the reduced physical damage taken, also last rites, right?
Yeah.
No Twilight Star on that Sigma.
Crystal Edge. It does crit, but yeah, can't go through the last rites.
Last rites plus Sigma's physical damage talent. So what's this gonna do? Okay.
Not kill.
Not a whole lot.
But Roy Lee has no healer anymore, so every bit
Hmm.
counts.
Yeah. Get rid of the Sigma.
Also, after attacking, you just lose the deathmatch talent or death shadow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it doesn't really matter that much. It just gives range and mobility. Okay, rush. That is also a
range.
damage up buff, so this should actually just obliterate the Albedo.
Yeah, but what kind of range does? Okay.
You can move 3 after, so see the damage.
Thorns. Okay. No luck with the Hermes Trismegistus.
Yeah.
That is very good damage though.
All right. So now Elwyn's dead.
Yeah, just from that thorns.
Yeah.
So you traded the Elwyn for 1 life off of Albedo. Still no healers here. Oh, is this a free
Ooh.
Illustrial? Man. That
Oh,
is a
Landis.
very strong Landius. This is not Blood Pact.
Yeah, it does not look like a blood pack. This looks like either Bracer or Overlord badge Landius. Very
This
high
should
attack.
be Overlord's badge. Like 1700 attack.
Yeah, that's the thing to remember about Landius compared to Hild. Landius has high offensive potential. If you really lean into that, he's still really good at killing stuff.
Yeah. Against these sort of Landiuses, you just bring the heal block anyways.
Yeah, this is why you saw the early Elwyn ban from Luxid.
Yeah. Actually, we should go back and see like how that Celestial just went down for free.
Okay. I believe he rushed on the Landius, right?
Landius got a 10-year breeze, maybe he somehow missed it.
Frontier, you have.
Yeah, sorry, I was just talking.
So here you
So-
can just move the Illustrial away. But I guess he wanted to save the Albedo instead of the Illustrial.
Yeah.
So, save the tank. It's the Illustrial.
I don't see the point of saving the tank at this point because
Yeah, because
you can't heal her back up. You already lost Rosen, right? So like taking a hit and dying is the tank's job at this point.
yeah, exactly. So that would have just.
Okay, she's healing back up from the molders a little bit.
Kind of wasting time, but Luxid is like winning quite a bit on damage.
Yeah, and Luxid has a healer, so
Mhm.
he can survive a drawn out fight easier. Okay, so going for.
Trying to get rid of Lux's healer, so it would be an even playing field.
That is the plan. Well, I don't know.
Will it work? Ooh, shield bash. I did not see that.
I mean, Shield Bash is okay. The problem with bringing Shield Bash on Albedo is that means she has no offensive presence at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Even playing field now.
Sigma actually managed to not die. He's gonna be dead now. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised he didn't. Like, he only had like 5 HP left, so I guess he attacked fast enough to just kill Florentia.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing a whole lot of damage.
Luxid casted the strategic regroup from Florentia turn earlier, so he is getting a lot of heals still.
Mhm.
2 range attack into Landis. You're gonna die.
Yeah, that looks like GG for first match.
Certainly does.
Sometimes the constructs can do a lot of work if they get
Like that. Okay,
Ah.
not.
These are the constructs that have regeneration. So yeah, you got
Generation,
nice.
damage taken down.
Okay.
Regen, damage
Yeah.
taken down.
Well, this is gonna be an interesting
So
last
Luxid can still lose here.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, lost
Now he doesn't
the
have his. He lost
faction
his
buff
first
here.
life. Okay. Oh,
Uh-huh.
this is impressive.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, Yuzurov is pretty good late game.
I was not expecting that. Wow. Good job, First Prince.
All right, so Riley wins the first match, and he switches over to a AOE
Okay,
box
so
here.
Fresh Prince does have a Himiko, or early.
Yeah,
Yeah, some units like Illustrial would just like that's nothing on this map. So
Yeah.
you went with this. Oh, AoE box.
Rosen first ban. That was expected.
Yeah, when you get Rosen Seal first ban, you really have to just first ban Rien. Rien can obliterate Liana.
Liana can handle rain, but it's basically just dice rolling at that point. And that's not.
Can
fun.
dispel like 2 debuffs, but then your opponent is applying 4.
I mean, he brings Sky Archer, but
Yeah, there's that.
yeah, but it's still a gamble.
Yeah. Versus like heal block, heal reversal, suddenly your heals are not very good. And if your opponents have multiple AoEs to follow up, it's gonna get worse.
Okay, so Riley has the double Bozo team here. Liana alone has a bit of trouble with double Bozo.
Pretty heavy AoE. We have Licorice, double AoE Juggler, and buff Bozel, buff Oldius, and Florentia. This is 5 stars Himiko. Have a Yulia. Oli, health is pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty standard.
Okay, so he brought Gospel on Liana. Protect the key target, or protect the key team member from all the debuffs. Riley did not bring Lancer troops on the Doggo, which I guess makes sense. There's no cows to be worried about here. So Alexa needs to find a way to survive AoE onslaught.
Yeah, Juggler got a Tenyo Breeze here from Licorice.
Ooh, nice.
So the Juggler can jump, like here, block off the Sage. Then Sage 3C can't really push the dog this way, since there's a pillar there. He wants to do that though. Licorice can sort of follow up, but not really. Landis have no range to follow up, and Bozo is too short.
Did Himiko come with Sacred Cow? Because if Himiko has Sacred Cow, you can just push. You can just push up, even if so you can push up even if Juggler jump there. There's no no point.
Himiko with Sage is a really nice combo. You can like AoE here, push back 5 blocks here, and then push everyone back 3, run back 2 blocks. So this is a good move. Blocking push with this Florentia.
Riley is getting ready to engage, I think, because he rushed to the Ligo. Going for some debuffs here.
Licorice.
Silence.
Looks like a bracer, Licorice. Still doing a lot of damage.
Wow, he barely got anything here.
Yeah, how come the Himiko didn't get hit by anything?
The Himiko probably had immunities, and like it just happened to give debuffs that she was immune
Like,
against.
yeah, mobility down, attack down, and then didn't do anything.
I don't know what accessory this Himiko is, but it looks like she is an Overlord badge.
Yeah, it's commonly played with Overlord's badge, so you don't get mobility down versus other Himikos.
Yeah,
And,
Overlord
yeah.
badge has gone back up in value thanks to Himiko. One of the really interesting things I find about Himiko is that if you look at if you look at her debuff list, half of it is the bracer immunity debuffs, and half of it is the Overlord badge debuffs. So I think that was very intentional on the part of the devs, that they wanted to make it so that Overlord badge and bracer became popular again compared to Blood Pact being stuck on every tank.
Yeah, Liana silences herself onto the Licorice tiles here, so can't heal for 2 turns.
That's a bad.
And it's like, 47% health, and you just want to kill this Liana before he gets to unsilence herself. This 3C doesn't really do anything.
It pushes. Okay.
Doesn't push anything because of this and that.
Very descriptive.
Okay. So he's just replacing the tiles so that Himiko can run in. Not have to worry about the terrain. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm not quite sure why. Since like the Himiko here. Ah, right. She can move through units. Forgot about that, but since she's in water, she has to take more mobility just to move around.
So Himiko still has her. Okay. So he's just gonna steal buffs, or try to steal buffs.
Yeah, it looked like trying to steal buffs here didn't really get much of anything that I can see.
Yeah.
Didn't get anything. I don't think he. I think she might have missed it. Okay, so he's just opening up the space for Yulia to come in.
Yeah, so Yulia uses the range attack here. Heals up the Liana a bit.
Heal back your units.
Now you really want to block off this tile that Yulia can use to melee. Since Sage can't move, this Landis can't really move anywhere. They're all in water, you have to move the Liana to do its spell first, and then you have to again move the Landis away. And then you might have a melee target to attack with. So here, the best move would be to put the Licorice here and just cast either 3C or use the Breath. Leaning towards 3C just so you can heal up the Juggler a bit.
Yeah, same.
And then you can think about what the opponent's going to do here. Like, maybe stand with Liana and attack with Yulia since there's nowhere to attack with. The Sage is out of options. Maybe the Himiko will go in.
Luxa did get a clock on the 3C from Old Landius. So he can, if Liko decides to AoE here, he can replace the tiles.
Ah, this 3C did clock, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, you would have to spend the turn casting 3C and then probably kills himself. That would be the most optimal move that I can see. Instead, going for this the Florentia 3C, rushing the Bozo.
So he wants to come in. Okay, so he got both a rush. He did both the rush breeze, and he got a Tenio breeze after that. So he didn't need to rush, but okay.
Yeah, I think the second best play would be to just use Master of Ice on this Juggler.
Going for a kill here.
Yeah, now, even though it doesn't kill, it makes this Juggler really useless. Yeah. Like, there's no way to use this Master of Ice to do any damage anymore. So he lost a big damage dealing AoE here.
But he did lose the... He did get to keep his B-Shock debuff, so...
I guess so. Still mostly irrelevant.
Alright. So Bozo come in for Keikakudori.
Yeah, Juggler kind of goes down for free. And this
Remove all the debuffs here.
Dispel is actually huge since it
Yeah.
gets rid of Liana's silence.
Mm-hmm.
So going for that black hole is even worse than really doing anything else. Had so many options, but getting that passive disable.
Did that yeah, okay, so he got a
Okay.
passive disable, so yeah,
Yeah.
like Luxed actually took advantage of that and got
Mhm.
Old Landius killed on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Luxed did not get silenced this time.
So this Liana, instead of like just standing around doing nothing, actually got to heal herself, which is pretty big.
Comes the lightning shuriken.
Yep, so I see.
Doing pretty good damage. Chris not quite going down. So Himiko's pretty low on health. And at this point, you're most likely just gonna die to the Yulia. Just get another
So
gospel
Bozo,
and then...
Bozo can earthquake now, so it's just pray for RNG on Roy Lee's part.
Yeah, Licorice would be what I'd move here. You want to move the Licorice and use the breath, since it did clock.
Did it clock? I don't remember.
Yeah, it clocked way back when she used the first breast over
Okay.
here. Also used the black hole, didn't clock. Instead, going for a heal.
That's a bad move. I think
Mhm.
Yulia is just gonna kill somebody. Oh, okay. Luxed instead goes for lightning shuriken.
Yep. So it's like as if your heal really didn't matter. And now your units are going to get debuffed even
Got a
further
deja vu
because
right there.
of this Himiko. So, yeah, she stole some buffs maybe, and then it's gonna apply even more debuffs. Again, I don't really understand why using this Bozo first. Also, oh, he got debuffed a bit more. But let's go back to before like healing with this Florentia. This Bozo have about 1100 magic defense, so it's really not gonna die to this Yulia here. Yulia have to use the range attack and then...
Yulia still has gospel, so like she's not afraid of the debuffs here.
Yeah, but the Yulia doesn't have an attack buff, so with 1100 match or the int, it's not gonna do any damage to this Bozo, so you don't really have to worry about the Bozo dying. This old Landis have another revive, so you don't have to worry about him dying. So I just use the Licorice, finish off the Himiko first. Instead, we healed. This Himiko used the 3C here. Got healed back up. Let's see here. I think one of her abilities heals her, right?
No. I mean, she can steal some. Like, she was buff blocked here, so she actually could not steal anything.
Like, she does heal herself after taking action, though.
Yeah. Check the 3C.
I don't remember anything in Himiko's skill kit that allows her to heal.
Yeah, but she does get a
Oh,
heal.
it's the
Oh,
hat, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the hot. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
tiles,
that's
isn't it?
the ribbon.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
thanks to the ribbon
the hat! I forget. Yeah, the flower hat thing.
Mhm.
Yes. Bonnet.
Yeah.
So
That's
just
actually
because
pretty
of the
interesting, yeah.
hat, she heals herself high enough to survive.
That's okay.
It's a good equipment
Yeah,
choice. from
so
Luxed.
thanks to that
Yeah.
debuff and the heal, survives this earthquake. And this Licorice dies before she gets to do her second breath. And at this point, like, nothing clocked. So you're out of AoEs. You're out of everything, sort of. The Yulia got gospeled, so she's really unkillable at this point.
Wait. Can the Himiko move more than the 4 spaces?
Yeah, Himiko can move
Okay,
4
good.
blocks.
I was just a little bit concerned about that.
Himiko is so Himiko's robot class is Terrain Master, which would normally that would be stocked by old Landis, but because Himiko's robot class and all the Wataru robot classes, they're not like the Sakura robots where they actually give their infantry movement to their soldiers. So since Himiko is using goblins, which are infantry style movement, she gets to move through old Landia's tiles just fine.
Okay. Well, there we go. Old Boomer Landius dies.
So Royally has no win condition anymore, I don't think.
Yep.
I mean,
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So could have won, but you know, misplace.
Going back to single target from Royally here.
Yeah, in game 2, could have won. Probably if he just moved the Licorice instead of Frontier a couple of times.
Yeah.
Now we're going back to a terrain heavy map again. So going back to single target. Lustrio's back. And now we're Rosalia here.
Luxid brings out his Lusty as well.
So now you will probably want to take the Elwyn higher. You know your opponent's Landis is on Overlord's badge. But immediate ban on Elwyn. I don't normally see those
you
with
have to
like
pick Elwyn first
Lancer
or
tanks.
Like, lose him. But I guess Royally decided he didn't want to play a rush style here. I mean, if he picked Elwyn first, then he would have no tank, most likely.
Yeah, I don't really understand the Aries here.
Mariel is pretty frail, especially if she's wearing Twilight Star. So Aries can kill her with Wind Whisper if he has a Judge Talisman, especially.
Really? Mariel has 25% damage taken down.
I mean, yeah, it really does depend on the enchants. Versus Luxid, like Luxid's pretty well, so I would not be confident in that, I guess.
So I think it's more of a the box
faction
problem.
Buff.
The lack of faction buffs, like lost the Tensei faction buff, lost the Glory faction buff here.
Well,
and also
Aries
the Mythic
Tensei
faction buff.
So Aries here can buff both Tensei Jess and Albedo if he brings faction buff.
He might have to if he doesn't. Yeah.
So he might go for that.
That's a very expensive faction buff.
Royally is actually being given a 4 Tensei team here, so he can. So the Aries faction buff is very worth it here, I think. If he, I mean, yes, I mean for sure Aries does lose a lot when he has no faction buff. Yeah, you see. Yeah, for sure. Like Aries does lose a lot when he has a faction buff, but it is definitely worth it if you bring so many Tensei characters. Okay, the Empress guards on. Okay, first off, these Empress guards are not maxed. But secondly, like, what is he even bringing them for? What magic damage is there on Luxid's side?
Don't know.
He might have thought that the Muriel does hint.
No, I don't think there's any way Royally would make that sort of mistake. But
So why did he bring him?
so protect against that OP Rosen Zork attack. But yeah, I mean that is actually a kind of a bad choice here.
So this is
Yeah,
Full
double-
Moon Aries, and this is a Magic Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hate using Dealit as sort of a tank buster. They have multiple lives. So you sort of can kill Juggler if the Juggler is not at full health.
Mhm.
But you have to make that sort of scenario happen first.
Yeah. Walls of Jericho. Let's.
Double guard.
I don't really like bringing Walls of Jericho on Albedo if you already have a faction buff. It feels kind of pointless. I do
Well-
understand bringing Walls of Jericho if you have no faction buff, because Walls of Jericho gives you a defense buff.
Really don't understand the use of this teleport here. It doesn't act again, so I don't think it accomplishes anything.
Yeah.
You could have just stood without casting the buff and still had teleport up.
Maybe that might have been a misclick.
Yeah, I think
'cause
this
that would-
probably is a misclick.
Yeah, 'cause
like
that,
from
that serves
tilt.
no function. Yeah.
So what happens now is you didn't accomplish anything and you cannot activate Act again for another 2 turns.
Yeah.
And this is even worse than not being able to teleport for another 1 turn.
Yeah.
So this is like a waste of Tensei Jessica. Now she is can't do anything with this teleport for 2 whole
The
turns.
2 possibilities I'm seeing here is either that's a misclick or Royally clicked teleport and decided afterwards that he didn't want to teleport as far as he originally wanted to.
Yeah, still
But
you
even
would,
you should still teleport next to someone so you can burn.
so
down
you can
the
act
cooldown.
again and then run down the cooldown of both the Act again and also the teleport. So that's a big loss on Tensei Jessica.
Yeah, so now if Luxid can jump in very fast if he wants to, because right now Tensei Jessica has lost a lot of range.
Hmm. So Empress guards, first mistake, teleport, second mistake.
Yeah, I still don't see. I'm still not understanding what the Empress cards are for.
Mhm.
They're not maxed out. There's no magic damage to worry about.
Well, that's
The
impressive.
Dealit
What
I
has
mean-
jump in.
Yeah, Deedlit, Deedlit, you can't stop Deedlit with Templar Knights in front of a Lancer Landius. It's
But this is a rather early jump in. Your opponents still have 2 actions here, 1 healer and Aries that can just use 3C, probably get a kill on Deedlit with a normal attack.
I mean, Rosen can attack first. Rosen, Deedlit's magic defense is really bad, so Rosen can actually attack and do a decent chunk of damage here.
Hmm.
Okay, but he's not going to do that. He's going to do Miracle.
Yeah. Miracle greatly increases the Aries damage here as well.
Although Deedlit is back at max life. Really
So
gets Cluck.
Florentia used 3C here trying to possibly debuff, but doing absolutely nothing to Rosencio and the Juggler. So yeah, it really didn't need to be all the way here. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, he just wanted to get some damage down, I guess.
And that one applied this buff, increases the soldier attack by 10%.
Sure.
I guess, since you're kind of capped on these stacks, I guess. Then again, why not start using them?
Alright, so
Big Wind Whisper, not against Landis, so that crits on, I think, everyone, right? And again, 3 crits here.
Oh, Bracer Florentia. Okay.
Yeah, getting double crits on like 3 units here, doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Still not enough to kill. Oh yeah.
What,
you
what,
had-
what was that about Aries AoE not being good, Haas? Like you said something like that, like 15 minutes ago.
Sure, but you know, this is Albedo. If you had Landis here,
Yeah.
you could have heavily reduced the
The stream
crit
froze
chance.
for me. Okay, never mind. It's good now.
Oh yeah, Russian. Okay, fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, if you instead of Albedo here, which didn't really do anything so far, right? Like,
Yeah.
nobody is using any sort of single target attacks. This is AoE. You have AoE plus Beast Shock, I guess. The Mario's gonna hit the tank and then assassinate somebody. So
Yeah.
Albedo really bad here. If you had the faction buff from Landis and the aura from Landis, that would have helped probably. Also, the aura increases the healing taken
Ooh, yeah,
by
this looks
like
it.
30%, so that would have been quite helpful if you want to heal back up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Albedo's really not doing it.
Yeah, I mean, AoE is certainly one of the weaknesses of Albedo and Hilda.
I forgot. Aries, when it does this thing, he can only move away. He can't attack, right?
What?
When he was when he was in the cluster of the group,
Right.
he left. He couldn't attack.
Yeah.
No, he can't
Yeah.
attack. He can't
Just
attack.
making sure because it seemed like that healer could have been dead if he did.
No, you can attack
making sure.
3 times.
Yeah.
You like act again, jump in, AoE twice, and you just fly away.
And then he can run away. Yes.
Okay.
I guess that's the other thing. Landius could also trap Ares there. Not that it would have mattered in this case. I don't think.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, dog
looks
jumps
like-
here without any sort of defense or magic defense buff here. So without any additions to his attack, with the Master of Ice portion of the 3C, it just blows up the healer. Now this is like quite one-sided.
It looks like a bracer juggler, so that is still big attack.
Yeah, it
big
is a
conversion,
bracer juggler, so attack, I mean the damage is still pretty good.
Yeah,
And it did have the King's Crown as well from Aries.
So actually, Lux said for a whale juggler, those stats are actually kind of low. I would say, like the defense and the magic defense are actually surprisingly, especially the magic defense, like surprisingly low for a whale
Well,
juggler.
the health is pretty good. Like 16 for Bracer. That's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So now, if Tensei Jessica wants to heal herself, she have to hope that nothing applies thorns. Like Landis. This thorns Landis. It might be. Like having this much
yeah.
attack is
I
most
think it might be a
likely
thorns, right?
full moon, but it could be thorns just because whales have whale stats. Jugglers should definitely be on thorns though. Teleports the tank out of the guard lock. Attack. No thorns triggers. Otherwise it would be like, easy concede.
Heals,
Still would be like
nearly
pretty
kills the
easy.
juggler.
A
Even
lot.
though
concede.
Tensei Jessica is at like 20% health, but still nearly kills juggler.
Hmm.
Yeah, but everyone just gets healed back up.
Yeah. This is.
So Juggler was not at full health. Yeah, if you had some more sorcerers here, probably could have done it. And Miracle had this battle support. Almost there. Now this heals, so Juggler is gonna be a pain to take down again. So this attack doesn't really accomplish anything that I can see.
Yeah, Aries without an attack skill is not really going to do a whole lot.
Yeah, we can see this Deedlit sitting here still doing absolutely nothing. Took down one of Landis' life, but after that, it's like you trade a unit for a passive.
Look at how much damage that Landis did, even to
Yeah. Taking absolutely no damage in your turn.
And there goes the D-lit thing.
So, this game, I think it came down to more of a pick and ban issue.
Yeah.
Like, just have the worst team here, Aries not accomplishing a whole lot, the Deedlit being quite useless. And this Albedo doing absolutely nothing here. Didn't take a single hit. Like, got ignored, got AoE'd. Yeah, didn't tank a single hit.
Yeah, Luxed had Mario.
Just like the anime.
Guard. Luxed has Mario who pierces guard, Aries for AoE. So there are no single target hits for Albedo to really take here. I mean, Albedo could have taken Beast Shock. I don't know why. I mean, I guess at that point, Royally was kind of like, this looks bad for me. But he backed up Tensei Jessica so that he can open up a slot for Juggler to go in and Beast Shock.
Mistakes everywhere.
Yeah.
Could have won game 2 though. Like, that one wasn't the pick ban issue. It's more of a, I just moved this unit incorrectly issue.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. But well, better luck next time.
Hey, so congratulations to Luxed.
Yep.
He's gone up and down over the seasons, but he has finally earned himself a champion crown here.
Very consistent player, finally doing it.
Yeah.
Alright, that's all.
All right.
So thanks again for the commentary.
I'm clapping. I do not know if you can hear.
All right. I'll see if I can bother Luxed and ask him to reveal his voice onto internet.
Great. Alright, see y'all next time.
All right, see you guys.
Yep, see ya. Thank you for coming around.